Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Style Studio Conversations podcast community. I'm your host, Monique Ross, style expert, fashion buyer, and your style coach. The goal of Style Studio Conversations podcast is to have authentic conversations that inspire and empower women to share experiences, tips, and resources that allow you to tap into your highest potential of personal style and confidence. And most importantly, build a community where I can serve and impact the lives of more women just like you. So stay locked in so that you can tune in to Style Studio Conversations. Welcome back, listeners. Today's topic is core to my passion. It's all about the power of your presence. The power of your presence is the confidence you feel when you look in the mirror and you see yourself as that CEO. It's the feeling of slipping on those pumps or the dress that turns you fearless to not tackle the day but to win. Your power is activated when you start showing up for the person you're striving to be. Let's get into this style conversation. That can be in many facets of your life. It can be dropping the kids off at school. It can be work. It can be wellness, how you show up to kids' activities, what your weekend looks like. It can be date night, social events, leisure, travel. How do you want to show up for yourself so that you feel that confidence, you feel that power, you truly come alive? So whatever part of your life it is, think about it, but it's time to activate that now. This starts first with really prioritizing your personal image. In life, we're always planning for the things. We're planning for the kids because they have to do sports, school, all the things. We're planning for work, that big meeting, that next lunch, or we're helping friends with their organizations doing, who knows, there are all of these things. But sometimes we're really not taking the time to plan for us. And that's the part that really matters. You have to take a moment and really think about how you want to show up in those spaces that you're doing so much in. Like, how do you want to feel at drop off? How do you want to feel when you walk into the office? How do you want to feel at that next big event you helped your friend plan? You have to activate that power. So not only are you doing the work, but you're showing up how you truly want to, so that you really feel good in every aspect of it. I know, it's so cliche. We say this all the time, but it's so true. When you look good, when you look good, you feel good. And that needs to be activated consistently in your life. It really has to be a form of self-care. And there's a funnel to really truly activating the power of your presence. And I kind of just want to walk through the mind work of what that looks like today in today's episode. So there's 3 pieces to it. How you look, how you feel, how you think. All of those matter when you're tapping into the power of your presence. When life is tough, our style really often reflects what season we're in, and we're just going and moving through that season of difficult time. We're not really spending the time we need on how we can really truly show up for ourselves, and that limits us in so many ways. It limits the ability for us to see ourselves as more. So when we're in those tough positions, we have to really, like when things are just tough, we have to really move past that so we can pause and really take the time to shift that season and move into, what is going to take us out of that season so we can show up for ourselves. The next thing is how you feel. The power is in the shift of how you feel inside. The way you carry yourself, it really increases your energy levels of confidence. Like if you get up and you throw on a sweatshirt and leggings and you're just like, I gotta get this done, so I gotta get this done, you're gonna feel like crap inside because you really don't want to do it. But when you take the time, like, I got to get this done, but first, let me make sure I show up for myself. Let me put on the outfit. It's going to boost your confidence right there so that you can go out and do what you have to do with passion, with effort, and you're going to feel good and look good doing it. And then it's about how you think. Your power is activated when you start showing up as the person you're striving to be. It's elevating your looks, it's helping you feel better, it's helping you do better, and your mind will realize how powerful you are. So there's nothing you can't do. It's no promotion you can't get. There's no way you can't show up to the soccer game, show up to the board meeting, and feel like you, and have that confidence and feel comfortable and just have that spunk, have that power that you need and that you deserve, because you're pouring into all those cups, but then you're pouring into the most important cup, which is you. So activating that power will take time. It's nothing that can be done overnight, and it doesn't have to be a sprint, but it has to be prioritized, like we said in the beginning. That has to be the first step. Now I want you to take some time and ask yourself these questions below. Do you love how you've shown up for yourself today? That's the first one. The second is, does your current personal style match your current or desired career role? Do you look like you should be the next person in that C-suite? Does it look like you're the CEO of your business? Think about that. Do you feel like you're showing up in the role that you have? Third question, okay? Have you truly invested time and resources into your image and personal style? Have you put the work in? Everything we do, we have to put the work in, whether it's our kids, whether it's work, whether it's different our organizations that we're serving. Have you put the work into you? It's okay. I know those are tough questions to answer, believe me. And it's okay, like, if you aren't checking all of those questions off, you're not the only one. We're all missing some part, but it's important for us to take the time and roll it back, dial it in, whatever it is, and get to work on us. Here are some examples of how you can start to prioritize and tap into the power of your presence. I'm going to give you small adjustment, moderate adjustment, and an advanced adjustment. And I want you to pick one that really works for your season and then build on that. Like I said, this is a journey. It takes time, but I do want you to pick one. So a small adjustment can look like this. Plan your looks at the beginning of the week. I know. That's what our parents used to have us do before we were getting ready for our week at school. But really, you still have to do that as an adult. You're doing it for your kids, do it for yourself. So plan your looks at the beginning of the week. Have a plan so that you're not rushing and just throwing on anything. Because if you just get up and you're like, okay, let me hurry up and put on this, 9 times out of 10, you haven't tested what shoe works, and it just may not come together, and then you're out of time, so you have to get out of the door. So let's start with that for a small adjustment. A more moderate adjustment is, I want you to experiment with a clothing rental service. If you have, once you identify like which area you really want to work on, whether that's work, travel, whatever, let's think about what that looks like. Rent some items that you typically are nervous to purchase because it's outside of your comfort zone, and experiment with color, play with silhouettes, find that time at the beginning of your week to mix and match those items with things that you already have, and really start to think about what items you need in your wardrobe, what items you want to play with, and that can really change and brighten up your perspective on getting ready for yourself and showing up in different ways. And then our more advanced adjustment is hire an expert. I know I'm biased, but hire an expert, have a style consultation to make an action plan on how you want to enhance your personal image. That's the baby step. It's not like you're going full in and y'all are going shopping, but you're coming up with a plan, you're coming up with a vision, you're identifying your pain, your opportunity, and where you want to start, and you have someone helping you craft what this journey looks like for you. And then once you get there, if you know it's something that you don't have the time to do or you can't execute on your own, then you need to use that investment, that time, and invest in a stylist to move on to that wardrobe refresh for you so that you can amplify your presence and really tap into the power of it and get it done. It's going to save you so much time. It's going to help alleviate the stress of you trying to do it on your own. And it's okay if you have to make a plan on how you get there to hire that expert. So I challenge you to put you at the top of your to-do list so that you can activate the power of your presence and transform your life on several levels. Thanks for listening to Style Studio Conversations podcast. Be sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review. With Style, Monique Ross.